take in the beauty of the rows of colorful tulips. And while they're enjoying this, in the end, it's all about the legacy and preserving the family farm.
I grew up on this farm. Like I'm my father's daughter. Like this was it. This was it for me.
Morning, everybody. Good to see you. This chair's too high. Who did this? Go down. Go down. Oh, I cranked this chair up to the ceiling. Oh, that's better. Holly's here. Morning, Trey. Trey batting lead off today. Yes. Good to see you. Christy, I get to see you later. We got middle school softball on the radio today, finally. We finally going to get to middle school softball after all the changes in scheduling and rainouts and whatever. So we're pumped to be there. Hello, Pam. Morning, Kevin. Good to see you.
I'm glad to see everybody.
She is not.
I am. I'm glad.
She doesn't want to be here.
Lucky to be able to be here, talking to you guys every morning.
She is.
And I had vowed to do a better job this week.
I feel like we make that every week.
Well, I mean, are you supposed to always strive to do better?
Yes, you are. So
one of these times I'm going to make an improvement.
It's going to stick. It's going to stick. This is it. This is the week. This is the week that it sticks. Yeah, a busy week. We got a lot of broadcasts this week.
A lot of broadcasts, a lot of sports this week.
I'm calling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Is there anything Friday? It's Good Friday.
No, we're not calling anything Friday. There may be stuff happening, but we ain't calling.
I didn't see.
Morning, Jana. See you tonight. We're doing we've got middle school softball on the radio tonight, so finally get to see Kinsey play. I'm not got a chance to see the middle school softball. Yeah, I've seen baseball a couple times.
It's funny because your voice is on the
name.
Your next batter is.
They must be pulling some from last year because I didn't do them this year. They asked me to do it.
And
like
so I'll hear your voice. I'm like, wait a minute, he's not here.
I've been. I was busy when they asked me to do it, and I just hadn't had a chance to hook up with them, and the season's almost over.
Look how tall this man is next to this woman.
I think I've seen it. Yeah, I saw that.
Good night.
I feel like she's like 4'6" or something, and he's 6'8".
Let's see if it's.
And also, he's quite a bit of weight on her. Your laptop's blocking half your light.
Yoink.
There we go.
Hey, good Monday morning to you, everybody. Morning show is here on Thunder Radio, WMSR, AM 1320, FM 1079, 1067, worldwide, Manchester Go app, thunder1320.com, on the old Manchester Go app, and on the Facebook Live as well. Thanks to Carmine Family Dental. Check us out on Facebook and YouTube. Morning show brought to you each and every day by Dr. James Van Winkle. Let's save you some money on your next trip to Orange Beach, Alabama. 15% off of a 3-bedroom, 2-bath condo. You can check that out at thunder1320.com/beach. That's thunder1320.com/beach to learn more. We got a busy day. Weekend recap. It was prom weekend, so we'll be digging into that and how that went. Holly was very, very busy. There was no weekend for her, so she just rolls right into another work week without a break. So she's going to be in a great mood today. We'll talk to her in just a second. We got to get you a weather update right now as well. Current temperature outside the Unity Medical Center studios, 59 degrees. Headed for a high of 81. It's going to be beautiful today. 81, sunny. It will be a little breezy. In fact, it's going to gust to about 30 miles an hour, so hang on to your hats. And overnight tonight, a little rain, 30 to 50% chance. low of 51. And then tomorrow, cool, 64. It's one of the winters tomorrow. 64 degrees for your high, cloudy early, sunny late, and then down to 39 tomorrow night. And then we start to recover a little bit, 65 on Wednesday, 73 on Thursday, and then 80. Again, by the time we get to Friday, Easter weekend is looking pretty good. Saturday, 80 degrees. Sunday, 82 and partly sunny. That's looking nice right there. Weather forecast brought to you by the Hillsboro Food Company. You know what that looks like? Grilling weather. Grilling weather on Easter weekend. So make sure you got fresh cut meats from the Hillsboro Food Company. They're closed on Sundays, so make sure you go by and get that this week. Open 6 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday. 7403 Hillsboro Highway in Hillsboro. On that note, I do believe I'm done with my yapping, and it's time to welcome in the better half of the Thunder Radio Morning Show. Across from me sits the brains of the operation, the planner, the organizer, the CEO, and president of the Peterson Media Group. She's by far the looks in the studio. She's the president of the Manchester Chamber of Commerce. She is the microphone licker, the corncob eater, and one of the main reasons the rockin' world continues to go round. Holly, good morning to you.
Happy Monday.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of forgot what I was supposed to say.
I saw you blank out.
Mid introduction there.
It's okay.
I do that off the cuff though. There's no script, so it's hard to.
You're like a machine.
I am.
Sitting there, 6-lane backed up traffic.
Yes. Prom and then senior picture Sunday. Holly was busy. And we had a busy week. You should find a good excuse to stay home.
Today,
Yeah.
I have one.
What is it? Because you just don't want to go?
There was a flood.
It's fire.
There was a-
Apartment's flooded. It's on fire.
It doesn't matter. Lots of damage. I have to go.
Yeah, no. You have to go to work. Oh, you're all zoomed in again today. And the way it is, the way your hair is covering up the straps, you look completely nude.
Hey.
Like the way her hair covers up the straps in that tank top there. And she looks like she's not wearing a top. This viewership may go really good. Just going to leave it as is. See if I can fix that.
It's better in your imagination, I promise.
We'll just leave it in their imagination. All right. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Makes me wanna take a back road.
Comings and goings, what's happening in and around our area? We've got a lot going on. It's a kind of becoming a busy time of year. Lots of sports. Coffee Middle School softball will be at home today. They will be. Now we got a spammer over on our page.
Spammer.
We got a spammer. Carly Peter is over there trying to get people to click
Peter?
on their links.
Hardly know her.
Yeah. So all you Facebook viewers, don't click on Carly Peter's stuff, and Holly will work at this moment to go block Carly. All right.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Carly. Anyway, middle school softball is what we got today on the radio. Coffee Middle School softball at home at 5. We'll get them on the People's Bank and Trust Hometown Sports Series tonight on Thunder Radio. I'll be there for the call. Airtime 4:55. First pitch 5-ish. Middle school sports. Sometimes they can be off a minute or two. We'll do our best. It was a busy weekend. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Prom weekend and all that good stuff around here. Coming up, we are 6 days away from Easter. That's this Sunday. We got Friday off on the morning show. It's Good Friday, Holly. So we do get a day off.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah.
Makes me very, very happy.
3-day weekend coming up for Holly.
Do you know if Common John's open Friday?
Yes, I believe so.
Uh-huh. I know where I'll be.
Maybe we should do the show from there. Maybe we get them to open up.
How did I just back myself into work again?
Yeah. See? Well, we're going to be there anyway. Anyway, that's this weekend. We are, 17 days away from the statement consignment sale. That's May the 1st through the 4th. So that's coming up quickly. We are 26 days away from the Dusty Elam Foundation's annual event. To learn more at Dusty Elam Foundation on Facebook. Great fundraiser there. 33 days away from the Fundies Sports Awards. 39 days out from Coffee County High School graduation. And 42 days away from Memorial Day. 7 days from today it is Memorial Day. And also worth a note, we are 1 day away from tax day. So I'm going to be in a bad mood tomorrow.
How many days from Memorial Day did you say?
42, 7 weeks from today.
7 weeks.
Yeah,
Okay.
42
All right.
days. 42 divided by 7 is 7, right? Or 6. It's 6. 6 weeks from today. I did it wrong.
No, I felt like that didn't sound right.
6 weeks out from Memorial Day. How
I had
about
no
that?
idea. I just didn't hear it.
I was like, no, there's no way she thought that. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 weeks away from Memorial Day. So do that math out loud. Now I fixed it. So coming up. Pretty
It's
pumped.
exciting. That just
That just means it's
all the red, white,
summer,
and blue comes out.
Summer,
Sticky little popsicle faced kids running around,
This is the unofficial start of
spilling
summer.
bubbles, making a mess. Oh,
That
I
doesn't
love
sound
it.
appealing at all.
That's what I think of when I think of my family coming over
Oh,
to our
yeah.
house for like the 4th of July.
You know what I think of?
It's just sticky faced little kids from just eating popsicle and Cheeto fingers running around and
You-
spilling bubbles all over the place because they won't let you help them.
You know what I think of? I think of Holly setting up 13 different big screen TVs in random places, so everybody's got their own TV to watch and they're all on at one time.
Does that sound like an exaggeration
no,
to y'all?
it's not.
Because
She'll have the TV outside on and on some kind of kids show because that's what all the adults want. Oh, but the music's still playing. And oh, and the kids on the TV's on the living room, which is just one door away. And it's turned up loud, and we're watching a different movie in there. And then let's go in the girl one's room and turn that TV on so other kids got something to watch. And like, there's a pool out here. Oh, but no, next to the pool, there's a kiddie pool that we bought. $5 at the Dollar General, and it's filled up. And oh no, over here there's a slip and slide. Y'all get on the slip and slide. Oh, you don't like that? Here's a little one for the babies, just a little splash pad. And then,
you're going on and on, but I've yet to hear the problem.
yeah, that's what she
I'm
does.
a good hostess.
And
That's all I hear.
And I'm like,
Like,
stop.
When you
buying
go to
stuff.
Holly's house, you're going for a good time.
We spent all this money on this pool, and then it's like, oh, we got to spend another $500 per gathering because we got to have all these things. Every little kid has to have their
Spoken
own.
like a dad, because any mama with a little baby or something,
Then
no,
they can go somewhere else.
no, they're coming to my house.
They know what's there. They know
I
what's
know,
there at
but
the house.
listen,
There's a pool.
If I can do
a
anything
fence.
to help make their time at my house
and when
enjoyable,
we built the pool, oh, we need this really big. We need this really big tanning ledge. Oh, and then that'll be good for the kids to sit on. The little ones can sit there and they can play with like a little kiddie area. But that's not good enough. We got to have our own separate kiddie area over here.
he just does not like for me to enjoy myself.
And then these random people come over and they pop my pool floats. That's correct, Jessica.
Oh man,
And-
I hope there's somebody in the pool every day.
Uh,
Pop them all. I don't care.
No, don't pop the floats, but you could definitely come over. I want to have a bring your own float rule. Like you can come over and play in the pool, but you bring your own floats.
You are ridiculous.
I have my favorite floats, and I want to be able to float on them at any given time.
How about
And if I go out there to float in it and it is popped, I'm going to be cranky.
we just make a nobody gets on Josh's float rule instead of having people bring their own floats over.
I'm just going to tell y'all right now, I get on those floats naked. So if y'all come over there and get on them, just know what you're getting into.
He does not. No,
I
he
float around
doesn't.
like that.
No, he doesn't.
Uh-huh. I float around like that, and it's sweaty, and hot, and sure, get on the float if you like.
Oh, we'll have a
BYOF, Josh. Yes, bring your own float.
we'll have a designated float for you. It will always be aired up perfectly, and
Honestly, I'll
no
provide-
kids will be allowed
Don't
to touch
make me
it.
that promise because that won't happen.
I'll do
Josh
it.
won't be home, and Holly be like, "Hey, don't tell Josh. I'm gonna get it out."
I will not.
Yeah,
I
yes.
would not do that
Yes,
to
you will.
you and your favorite
And they'll
float.
be jumping off the jumping rock and landed on the pool float and tearing it up. Matter of fact, they'll probably jump off with a knife in hand and just.
Let me tell you what I do. I go to yard sales, and a lot of times folks are cleaning out their old crap from, years ago where they bought a pool float and never even opened it. I tell you what, you can just about guarantee that when you go yard selling at one of the houses, somebody's going to have a pool float in the box still.
Nice. Here's what I nice pool,
$3, I'll take it.
nice pool floats are expensive.
They are expensive.
And so those are the ones I don't want the kids jumping on. I'm like, look, they can jump on this $5 float, this $10 float, but these $50 floats, No, we're not jumping off the rock on that float.
$50. Let me tell you, there's a float
Or 50 or more.
company I think they're called Big Boy floats. I don't know. They're really nice. You look at them and it's like, okay, I want every one of them, but they're over $100.
Yeah, like the kids are not jumping on that. No, it's a hard no for me. I don't think that's unreasonable. Holly's makes me come across as this unreasonable fuddy-duddy.
Why?
Don't come to my house.
Because the
That's
kids
not
want to
for
play
them
on
to-
floats.
You can get them a cheaper float. They are not jumping on that float.
Nobody said they're going to jump on it.
They
We don't
will.
even have it. This float is a figment of our imaginations, and you're mad at me because I hypothetically let some kids jump on a float we don't even own.
I just know how it's going to go. I can go ahead and
You-
project how this summer's going to go.
You have no idea.
There's going to be, and Holly will buy not just different color popsicles, but every brand of popsicle there is. Oh, you don't like that brand? I got this brand with this color. Oh, you like yellow, but you like this brand of yellow. I got this yellow. That's how Holly's going to operate when it comes to the summer. And
The neighbor came over yesterday, and no one was home, so she came over and laid out, and got a little sun. Well, I guess she was thirsty and opened the fridge on the
outside fridge there.
the outside fridge. Yeah, and there's no water at all.
There's
And I'm
beverages
like,
in there.
I'm the worst. So I'm gonna
We're
from
not
now on the
stocked.
outside fridge. I'm gonna have it completely stocked at all times in case of an emergency.
Yeah. Well, Holly felt bad because the person that came over to our house while we weren't there to get some sun didn't have a free drink in the fridge. I'm like, well, she lives.
I
She
know.
walked over. It took her 30 seconds.
I
She
know,
can
but
walk
she
back.
was thirsty.
There's a drink over there. Jessica wants to know what this segment was supposed to be this morning.
Comings and goings.
We went then, and that's coming soon this summer. We've already hit all the comings and goings, or most of them. Anyway, just the problems.
You're just such a complainer. I just want to do something nice for folks, and you're just, why you got to do it? You're not. It's not putting any extra energy out on you.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Somebody sent me a text and they just said 2 names on it. I'm like, what is this, an anniversary or?
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is. All right, we got more morning show. We got weekend update from Holly. It was prom weekend. Her and the girl one did a pretty good job minimizing the fighting, which was good.
I literally had to go in Saturday morning and just be like, can we have a truce? Can we just try to
Before
get
the day
along
started.
today? Yeah. Can we? I don't want to have to strangle you today. Can we please just try? So we had one crash out, but it was fine.
We're gonna talk about that and how all the weekend went and whatever else we get to today. We got games later. Stupid silly stat. Name that movie.
No, it's Music Monday. So each day I'm going to start doing
Something different.
something different.
There's that effort she was talking about. She said that there would be better effort on the morning show this week. So
Yep.
So she'll be doing that. So what do you mean Music Monday? Is it Name That Tune? Or
Name that
finish?
tune.
Okay. So that's coming up. We got your birthdays from the weekend and today. 728-1320. Keep it right there. This is the morning show brought to you by Dr. Van Winkle. Hey, Dirtworks in Manchester can completely re-excavate your yard. Maybe you got water standing in a certain spot. It's just not the best. Or running under your house, even worse. They can come out, give you a free estimate on how to fix that and what they'll do for you. They'll also do other things like land clearing, cutting your driveways, and really anything big machinery needs to do. They can move tons of dirt and they can do it quick with their big machines. At Dirtworks, 931-409-0782. That's 931-409-0782 for Dirtworks.
Brian Kell here to talk about Ben Lemon Connect's managed IT. We need to
Hey,
talk.
we need to tell them about how we can set up a robust network.
Okay, Mike.
You got to give me just a second to turn the microphones over. Thank you.
Have any of y'all watched Love on the Spectrum yet? Are we all caught up? And you're done with season 3?
Holly's all about Love on the Spectrum.
Because I want to talk about my favorite ones. Yeah, obviously Tanner and Connor.
Obviously.
Those are going to be like top on the list. I get it. But I want to talk about Perry. She's this train enthusiast. She's like, I don't know. She's early 20s. But her accent is so cute. Her name's Perry, P-A-R-I. but she says Parry.
She pronounces her name a certain way, but you pronounce it another way, and your
No,
way's
it's
right.
Perry.
That's how she says her name.
That's just her accent. She talks like she's in a 1950s movie.
What is the Nico I'm a leaving you segment? Yeah, what about that? I was actually just thinking about that.
That is actually, so we're talking weekend. So we're talking about Nico. We're talking about McElroy.
I think we can't fit all that in one segment. Save McElroy for later.
All right.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Very
to bed
happy that
from
Tennessee
real
approached it the way they did.
Huh?
Like, I was very happy Tennessee approached it the way they did. Like,
Yeah.
bye, Felicia. See ya. Like, I was like, he's not worth that.
Josh, why would you never watch it? It's very cute.
I'm just not a big fan of the let's wait to right before the transfer portal, right at the start of spring practice. It's the way they handled that. Like, I think he got some bad advice.
The jersey transformations were funny.
Oh, yeah, people showing up to the Orange and White game Saturday already got their jerseys. That's what's frustrating about the way it's set up now. Is, the Tennessee fan, he makes money on that. So, all these Tennessee fans bought that jersey, were all in on him, and, he makes that money on that, and he's just gone. And you're with a jersey you can't wear. So they was making some pretty good jersey alterations with tape. Yeah, I know. I just really got some bad advice. By bad advice, I mean, I guess his people are like basically his dad, and some people he doesn't really have I don't think he's got like an official agent. I don't know, but they really screwed that up. He's going to end up playing for some group of 5 school and throwing for 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns against San Jose State or something. He's just not going to. Yeah, it was Dan Lanning, Oregon's head coach, that called hype and was like, hey, man, your dude is shopping around trying to find schools.
Good for him.
I know. Tells me they probably couldn't reach an agreement. I think he may have blew the whistle after they tried to get him over there and couldn't get enough money for him. Yeah, go to USC where you got to pay them California taxes. That $4 million is going to come out to $2 million. Congratulations.
What about the vehicle?
Oh, yeah, get your sports car out there. You probably can't even own that out there. Probably it's not electric. Kids ain't got no sense. Dude got paid $2 million to redshirt. Like, he got paid $2 million the first year, not even play. He wanted that 4 because he's planning on leaving. After, I think he wanted 4 because they're planning on leaving after this year and going pro.
So it would make up for the 2
because he's got 2.4 and 2.4. I think, in my mind, they want 4 now, and then he won't play it the next year. There's got to be a way to lock them in when they do those contracts. Like, you don't get to renegotiate this contract every year. That's not how that works. See, like in the NFL, they can hold out, but they can't just leave. They're under contract. They can hold out for a bigger contract, or or you can fine them. So they're going to have to find a way to set that up a little different, because it gives the player way too much leverage there. He can do what he wants, because now he can leave and go where he wants to. Except for the SEC, he can't play in SEC.
Intense discussion during the break over on the Carmine Family Dental cameras about Nico. I'm leaving you. He's gone. We'll spend more time about that, talking about that today. You want to talk about prom stuff first, or
Sure, we can talk about prom stuff.
Holly spent all Saturday getting the girl one ready. I
I
picked up rocks.
I would have rather picked up rocks.
I picked up a wheelbarrow load of rocks in my yard while Holly was in there doing makeup and hair. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some rocks. I got to listen to this.
Okay, I don't do hair and I don't do makeup. I wear a ball cap 80% of the time. Some days I don't even brush it. I just put it in a nappy little
She came
bun.
home yesterday. She's like, I ain't take a shower in days. I better take a bath. I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy.
The one of the girl one's friends came over last night, and I was about to. it was also her prom date, and I was almost going to be like, if it looks like I'm wearing the same clothes that I was yesterday, it's because I am.
I guarantee you he didn't notice.
I know, that's why I didn't even draw attention to it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would very, very much rather someone else do her hair. I don't care. Somebody else do it. And she's like, no, you can do it.
And I don't like this from the outset, because every time that these two get together to do her hair, they fight. And I mean fight. Like I hear it'll all be calm, and I'm sitting there watching TV or whatever I'm doing. Then I hear one yell, another yell, a raised voice, something smacks the counter. It's probably a brush. And then Holly will come stomping through the house and go to the other side of the house for a while. And that happens 3 or 4 times. Whether it's makeup, hair, nails, any kind of aesthetics on the girl one, and they fight.
Any hootie, the hairstyle she had initially picked out, I was worried about. I'm like, I was like, I don't know. I did a practice run. It was okay, but I knew it was not going to make it through pictures. So I was glad the day of when she's like, I think I want to leave it down. I'm like, okay, good. I can do down. So we just curled it, and it wasn't too bad. There were a couple of times I pulled her hair, and she gets real fighty. Then she thinks like I do it on purpose.
Yeah, she's very spoiled.
It was fine. We went up to Swanee and got photos up there. That was a big popular.
Everyone else did too.
But I want to tell you what happened, which I thought was kind of cool. We're out here taking pictures. It's considered late as far as pictures. We were the last group to go.
They went at 6:30.
Yeah, 6:30. So the sun was starting to go down. You're losing a little bit of light. Well, they're about the only people in the courtyard now, and this group of college girls who I can assume was 21 or older, because they were like carrying glasses of wine through there. It was like a gaggle of them, like 8 or 9. And any hootie, they see the girl one and her prom date, and they just started
catcalling her pretty much.
Yeah, just, you're so pretty. And they were really hyping her up because she was getting her pictures, and
they were hype girl.
Yeah, and I was like, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
And the girl one come over to me, and she goes, I love girls. She's like, I hope I'm a girl's girl. I try to be. She's like, but that's awesome.
Well, then as they were walking off, one of them said, and she'll never see him again.
She said, and she'll never see us again.
I'll never see us again.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she said him. And she'll never see us again. Yeah, but it was cool. And she had a good time. Prom was fine.
So the only issue we had during the get ready process wasn't even to do with her physical appearance. We just had a little disagreement about like an after prom party. We disagreed on what time she needed to be home.
She's lucky she even got to go, period. Because I was like, nah.
So she's real good about trying to push the like if I say this is what time you need to be home, and she'll be like, well,
she immediately puts her
what
toe
about this
on the other? Yeah, she.
Well, what did you consider this?
She offers up alternate options for us,
And
even though we've already picked an option.
So I was like, yeah, you're lucky you're going. So just.
Well, I mean, generally we're not incredibly strict people.
We probably are,
but we're pretty strict. Hey, listen, I'm trying to keep her alive through high school. After that, it's her job.
I'm just a big Brady cat. I'm sorry.
Well, I think we balance each other out as parents, but at the same time, we're not spending the night in the field all night. We're just not going to do it. And if that's what you want, I'm not judging any parents who let their kids do that, because there are people we know, and that's fine.
You maybe have better nerves than I do. I just don't have the nerves for it.
Better nerves, and maybe your kids are better decision makers.
Yeah, maybe they are.
Ours.
I don't trust the decision making. Yeah,
it's just her ability to make common sense decisions in important moments are not there yet. She's working on it. She's learning. So, we throw the line out a little further each time, let her do a little more, but we're not going to go from you need to be home at 11, most weekend nights to, yeah, sure, spend the night out in the field with 50 other people in a tent in a 34-degree night. It's just not going to happen. So, we offered I thought a generously late curfew versus normal. And she wanted to push that.
She was leaving as basically most of the party was arriving. So.
which is how we operate. You know, we leave when people start getting there. So anyway, but otherwise, she had a good time. I don't think that she would have done much had she stayed out there past that. But and then she had senior pictures yesterday. So a full weekend of photos for her, and no telling how much we spent on that. But enough for a couple of good pool floats.
Yeah, some of the big boy ones.
Some of the big boy pool floats for the summer. Other weekend things. Did you have any more prom to discuss?
No. I'm so done. I'm happy it's over.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
so
a lot
glad
of people
it's
were
over.
like, oh, are you sad that it's
That was their last
senior-
prom.
No, I'm
Are
not
you
sad.
sad?
No,
No,
done with that. I don't.
just
I,
one thing on my list
But
that I'm.
nobody who has fun with getting ready for that. Like what about that process is fun? And
Well, you're
it's
a
not just
boy.
the day of, though. For us, it's months leading up to. It's dress shopping. Oh, then this dress is good. Oh, we take it to get it altered. Oh, the alteration lady screwed up the dress. It's ruined forever. Now we got to get a new dress a week before prom, and we're stressed about that. And oh, I couldn't get my eyelashes done today because this happened. I mean, like it's just stressful for me, and I'm not even part of it.
You're not even part of
I'm not
it.
even part of it.
You're
So
not a problem solver to any of these catastrophes. You're just you're over there griping about whatever decision is made. That's your job, just to sit over there and be like, what are we doing this for?
How much that cost? And
You
then
want to go ahead?
I was gonna say, and then she wakes up Sunday morning after prom and comes into her room and she's like, I don't have any money. It's disappearing. And I look and she's got 74 cents in her bank account. What are you doing? Well, I don't know. It's just somebody's taking it.
Yeah.
She had signed up for so many recurring expenses through her Apple and Amazon.
She was paying for a game app every month that she doesn't
$7.
play. I don't even think.
Yeah. She was paying for Amazon Prime monthly. $17. We have Amazon Prime. We have
This is the decision-making things that we're talking about.
Yeah. So no, you're not staying out. And it's also you spent $80 at Starbucks and Dunkin' and Sonic
For
in
the
the last week. No, not the month.
It was a week,
10 days.
$80.
Yeah.
That's too much.
She started going through her list of stuff. I'm like, honey, here's where it's disappearing to. It's disappearing to Starbucks. Now, Nico Iamaleava. You want to talk about that real fast?
Yeah.
So that
We
big
talked
topic
a
of
little bit
discussion
about in the
in the break.
commercial.
Yeah. So I'm personally happy that Tennessee took the route that they did, and so is everybody else. Twitter remains undefeated, but I mean everybody across the nation was like, "Thank you
Yeah.
for not bowing
Yeah.
down to that." You know, and it wasn't.
I didn't see one comment at all
No.
that was like, maybe we should,
No, there was a few that were like, "Don't blame Nico, blame the system for letting it set up this way." There was a few of those.
I didn't
but
see that.
Not many. It was 98% pro Heupel, pro Tennessee. Show him the door. I feel a little bad for him, sort of, kinda, because he's gotten some bad advice here. This was a screw up on their side. They but you knew this was coming with the way that college athletics were going, and the ability to pay him this much money. But he got paid over $8 million, or was going to get paid over $8 million. During his time at Tennessee, he got paid $2 million his first year to sit the bench and watch Joe Milton throw the football over the mountains.
Right. Joe Milton.
He got paid all that money to just sit there.
Uncle Rico.
And I just didn't appreciate the way they tried to leverage it. We'll wait till spring practice, because I heard that they tried to do this back in the December or January before the last portal opening, and Tennessee was like, no. Then they tried it again. We want $4 million a year because 2.4 ain't enough. And Tennessee was like, no, we're not doing that. And then he just didn't show up to practice on Friday.
Oh,
and I'm just like, no, that's weak. That's weak stuff. And I don't know
you
what
can blame him for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That not showing up to practice.
That's just being a crap teammate. And it's going to create a lot of bad locker room vibes, because there's a lot of guys in there not making $2.5 million
that
who
are
like,
working.
dude, we're some dudes in there making.
It's not just about you.
Hardly any money.
Yeah.
or no money. They're just getting their college education, and some of them are making a little bit, but he's making more than anybody in the locker room, and that's just not good enough for you. You don't want to play with us? Like I feel like that creates such a problem. NIL's not going away, but they got to find a way to, because they're like in the I was talking about during the break, in the NFL, a quarterback can say, well, I'm going to hold out because I'm not getting paid my, because everybody's like, well, he should. There was a few. There's like, well, he should. He should get paid his market value. I'm like, what's his market value? He was terrible last year against anybody who was good. Granted, he didn't have a great offensive line, but I watched him run out of bounds on the final play of the game against Arkansas. We're down by 5, and he ran out of bounds at the 20 instead of throwing the ball to the end zone. So, no, his market, he's not worth $4 million. If he didn't have the mental ability to be like, you know what, this last play of the game, I better throw this to the end zone, give us a chance.
Yeah.
So
Hail
I don't.
Mary.
Yeah. It wasn't even a hell. I mean, it's from the 20. I mean, you got a chance there. It's not like you're throwing the ball 80 yards down the field.
I thought a Hail Mary was a thrown ball at the last play of the game. I didn't. Is
throwing it up for a Hail Mary, right? But I mean, you're at the. I mean, generally, I think people think of it as a longer throw. I mean, you've made your way down.
Okay, I want to make sure that I understand football.
Yeah, call it a Hail Mary. Sure, throw the ball.
Throw it. That's the point.
Throw it. Don't run out of bounds with no time left. What's the next play going to look like? Oh, there's not one. That's the last play. So yeah, pay him $4 million. I just don't think so. He's not worth that. And they see these transfer quarterbacks getting these big paydays like Carson Beck, and Carson Beck ain't worth that. But so they're saying, well, these other quarterbacks are getting that.
Is Carson Beck Georgia?
He went to Miami, but he was at Georgia.
Okay.
So again, I don't know how you say he's worth that, but there's no leverage for the team other than to just be like, we'll get out of here. Because let's say in the NFL, quarterback says, well, I'm going to hold out. Well, he can hold out and the team can choose to pay him, or they cannot, and they can just fine him and play without a quarterback, but he's still under contract. He can't go anywhere else. He's just stuck there, and he'll just get paid to not play, and he'll pay his fines or whatever. And eventually they reach an agreement because they need their quarterback. Well, here, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, he can just leave. There's no contract holding him there. So, they used to, the scholarship was the contract. And everybody said, well, they should be able to leave like coaches can leave. And but there's got to be a way. They signed a contract, right?
Sure.
When they signed to go to the school, and those no longer hold weight. They're the only restriction on him now is because you can't transfer interconference in the spring. So he can't go to an SEC school. But I have a feeling he's going to have a harder time finding a place than he thinks. Because he's not that elite. He's not. I think he was overrated. He's a good quarterback, but he's not an elite level quarterback.
Gotcha.
That's just me. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'm glad they did that. And I would say nobody's bigger than the Power T. Jessica said, love what Heupel said, nobody's bigger than the Power T. I agree. But, now that we've introduced the money legally, because before I'm sure there was a lot of it happening.
Yeah.
Now that we've introduced the money, it really blurs the lines, and it's going to take a while. And Trey said he just got bad advice. There's no other explanation. This timing was terrible. Probably end up being an average quarterback. Yeah, I was saying that during the break. I feel like he's going to end up at a Group of 5 school throwing for 45 touchdowns against San Jose State and, UTEP. And that's going to be worried. He might end up at MTSU. Who knows? He might end up at Middle.
I got a question just because I don't understand it. As of right now, is he still on the roster for Tennessee?
Yeah, well, I think the transfer portal opens on Wednesday.
So are there practices going on today?
No, they just wrapped up spring practice on Saturday.
Okay, they wrapped it up. So there's nothing where they're going to have to gather as a team until
they probably have their own workouts and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
But I mean, Josh Heupel said we're moving on from him, so he's no longer part of this group.
Okay.
Tennessee's like,
so
you don't have a locker no more.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
All right.
Trey said, I don't think he's going to be around. He's been stripped from the walls and such. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, they're going to get him.
Okay. So he
is gone. Done.
All right.
He's no longer part. His jerseys are no longer for sale.
Gotcha.
I hate that because the timing is bad because now Tennessee doesn't have a quarterback. They have 2 scholarship quarterbacks on the roster, and that spring portal is rough because that there's too many portal openings in my mind. But now they're going to have to go find somebody in the transfer portal. I hope they find somebody and pay them $4 million.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Just to do it. you know. But anyway, I'm all about it. I can hardly watch college football now because of all this. Like I do not like it. And I know I get it. I'm going to be this back in my day guy, but it's gone so far. I can't. I don't understand. I don't like the amount of money. I guess in my mind, I was like, well, if they're allowed to make money off autographs and jerseys, sales, and whatever, that makes sense to me.
I agree.
That makes sense. You know, they should
It's
be able to
your
go sign an
signature,
autograph. They
it's
should be able
your
to sell a
name on that
jersey.
shirt, yeah.
100%. Used to, they would just sell a jersey with no name on it. Be like, well, that's not his. That's the
Right.
school's. That's a little tacky.
Yeah.
Or video games, you know, their likeness is on there and they're not making money on that.
Yeah, I agree.
I get that. But this whole, we're going to just have a collective and just chunk out $2, $4, $5 million for people. I don't like it. But that's just me. If you make money on your Instagram,
yeah,
because you can, that's great. Because used to you couldn't do that. You couldn't make money on your Instagram or whatever. Anyway, all right. We're past due for a break. We got Stupid Silly Stat coming up. We've solved the world's problems today. We're working on NIL stuff. We pull floats and prom makeup. We've attacked some heavy stuff in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So what can the next hour and 20 minutes bring? I guess you'll find out if you keep it right there. Thunder Radio Morning Show brought to you by Dr. Van Winkle, 6:30 to 8:30, Monday through Friday.
So you're a current Ben Lomond Fiber customer and you haven't added Ben Lomond Home yet. Here's what you're missing out on. A dual band Wi-Fi 6 GigaSpire Blast router that should anything ever happen to it,
All right, let's see here. How was the orange and white game, Josh Taylor?
How'd they look?
I didn't watch it or nothing. I was busy picking up rocks so I could stay out of the house. Slowly but surely getting things done outside, you know, trying to get ready for everybody to come over and have their own floats and have their own TVs. And I'm waiting on Holly to buy everybody their own personal float with a little personal TV in it.
It does not matter what I do to spread everybody out at the house, because you don't want to be all up on each other. Everybody kind of the kids are loud. You want them to be in a different area, but the adults want to be comfortable too. It don't matter what I do. Wherever the people are, Josh is in the room where nobody is. And if they come in there, he'll move and go. He's like where my family is not.
Well, it just gets loud. It's not, no offense, it just gets loud. Holly's the TV watching this person too.
I like it on in the background.
Like I'm sitting on the back porch enjoying a beverage and listening to Pandora or Spotify or whatever I've got on, and she comes up there and turns the TV on. I'm like, it's quiet and peaceful, and she always turns the TV on and turn on some noise. I'm like, there's noise, there's music. And she's like, I'm gonna go in here and live and turn this TV on too.
Josh will be outside watching football or something. It gets a little chilly out there. He just gets up, comes in the house, and leaves the outside TV on. Nobody's out there watching it, but he's inside watching the news now. Football's on the outside. So
why don't you just tell everybody stuff you don't like?
Nikki, I'll have to wait till it warms up. I don't think I could survive Pennsylvania winters.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Costello.
All right. Apparently, don't get arrested.
Apparently.
What's that now? If you got arrested,
Yeah.
What?
Josh Taylor said you might have to go outside to pee. You don't want to miss anything.
Exactly. So I like the football on in the fall, but I appreciate the summer is the best because I'm not very busy. I guess my downtime. Speaking of, we do need to find some people to host the show during the summer. I really don't want to do it. So, but I also don't want to run reruns for 4 weeks. So why don't you work on that?
No.
Okay. I want to do better.
I have.
Lay back and smell the sun.
Thunder Radio morning show. Getting you to work, getting you to school, getting you home from work. It's a TCAP week at the elementary schools, Holly. So shout out to our teachers. Y'all pray for them this week. It's gonna be a rough week. Remember TCAP testing when you were in elementary school?
Yes. And at the end of the like they put a little paper napkin on the edge of the desk, and at the end of it, if you were done, they would come by and put 2 little vanilla cream cookies on your desk. Oh no, on a brown paper towel.
Did you ever get bored towards the end of the test to start filling in bubbles?
Oh yeah, I was making designs, like making
You don't
designs.
realize your teacher's life depends on what you're doing here.
They had called me to the front. Holly, you can't have 2 answers on one.
Like, well, I made a diamond.
It makes a.
I made
it's
a diamond.
shape like this.
Kids don't do that. Work hard on your test. Tell us what's happening at Granddad's.
Tell us what's happening at Granddad's. Granddad's located at 620 Woodbury Highway. Today they have open-faced roast beef, hamburger steak, and pulled barbecue, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, green beans, fried cabbage, pepper slaw, coleslaw, cucumber salad. You get a cornbread or roll. Your drink is included.
I was going to go tell home at work today, but I may stay in Manchester, go to Granddad's for lunch. That sounds good.
620 Woodbury Highway.
Let's play games. Get your phones fired up. It's time for the stupid, silly stat.
And now it's time for stupid, silly statistics that you never knew
I don't know where you're getting your statistics.
and probably don't need.
Kim, did you bring your statistics?
Stupid, silly stat wrapped up by our friends at Freedom Automotive in Manchester. Make sure that vehicle's ready to hit the road for this summer trips coming up. Tires are rotated, or maybe you need new tires. They'll take care of that for you at Freedom Automotive. They even offer payment plans on some of those new tires as well. Stop by and see them at 515 Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester, and they do custom exhaust work. That's Freedom Automotive right in front of College Street Elementary School, locally owned and operated, open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Holly?
A new poll found that 2% of people think that they could outrun a horse in the 100-meter dash.
People are stupid.
Listen, wait. 27% of people are confident that they could outrun a crocodile. Tell us what 20% of people believe they could outrun. All right. So basically, 20% of people believe that they could outrun this animal. All right. So only 2% think that they could outrun a horse. And 27 think that they could outrun a crocodile. But 20% of people believe that they could outrun this animal.
In unrelated news, 2% of people think they could throw this football over the mountains. Goodness gracious. People think a lot of themselves, huh?
They do.
2% of people think they can outrun
a horse
in a 100-meter dash. 27% believe they can outrun a crocodile. 20% believe they can outrun this animal. What is this animal? 728-1320.
Josh Taylor had a good guess. He said cheetah.
No, it's gonna be slower than a horse. It's the confidence is going up, so it's a slower animal than a horse.
But it went down from a crocodile.
Yeah, I cannot outrun this. Morning show.
A bear.
A bear.
That's a good guess.
Good guess,
yeah.
but not it. Bears can climb faster than they can run. Morning show.
Morning, kids. Ralph, Alice. Snake.
Snake. Good guess, but no. I hope I can outrun a snake. For 100
All I
meters.
can think about is them guys on the golf course with them rubber snakes hooked to them.
Right. I hope I could outrun a snake in 100 meters. He may get me in the first step, but I've got him. 20% of people believe they can outrun this animal in the 100-meter dash. 2% say they can outrun a crocodile or a horse. 27% believe they can outrun a crocodile. 20% say I can outrun this one. What is
Do you
this
think
one?
this animal is faster than a crocodile?
I
think that it is. I think this animal is faster.
I'm going to
than you
Google it up.
think.
How fast this animal is.
I'll Google how fast is a crocodile,
Okay.
and then we'll compare. We'll compare notes.
We'll both be quiet when we look it up because I can't ask Siri.
Josh Taylor says he thinks he can outrun a sloth.
Well, those are the slowest moving things.
Literally, how fast does a crocodile run?
Oh yeah, I've looked this up here. Y'all ain't not running this.
Says a crocodile can run about 10.5 miles an hour.
Well, this one's interesting. When we get the answer, we'll break it down a little bit. Morning show.
Wouldn't be a dog, would it?
It's not a dog. Good try. Not a dog.
Now I want to look up how fast all these animals are.
Right.
I'm glad I didn't spit out the
answer. I know. I about did it a minute ago. A new poll finds that 2% of people think they could outrun a horse 100 meter dash. 27% are confident they could outrun a crocodile. 20% believe they can outrun this animal. What is this animal? And I'll give you a hint. This animal can run about 25 miles an hour. So
I thought it was pretty fast.
I'm telling you, you can't. You can't outrun this animal in a 100 meter dash. Also, but a little side factoid about it: this animal can only sustain that speed for about 50 meters. So, over a 100 meter race, maybe you could get them. But,
interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, do they go from 25 to 0, or can they still run with some speed? Because I would need them to go to 0. Then I could maybe catch up.
You're not beating this animal.
Morning show. Morning show.
Hey, have to be a big cat, I think, right? Or a lion?
It's not a big cat of any kind. Good guess, though. Morning show.
Morning show. A cow.
Not a cow.
That's a good guess.
though.
Cows are fast. I'd like to
Cows
race
are
a
not
cat.
fast.
Faster than me?
Google up how fast a cow is.
Okay.
This could be the morning of Googling how fast random stuff is.
If any agents ever go through my phone.
Christy said, who the heck thinks they can outrun a dang horse? I know, for 100 meters. Horses are fast, man.
You want to guess how fast a cow is? 25. Does that sound fast to you? Because it does to me.
I don't think so. Morning show.
A bear.
Not a bear. Good try, though. Good guess.
Average cow speed, 17. But they can get up to 25.
I think around here, they're mostly average cows around here. The ones I see.
Let's see how. A dog is between 15 to 20 miles an hour. So this animal, for a little while, is faster than a dog.
A new poll finds that 2%, that's 2% of people, think that they can outrun a horse in a 100 meter dash. 27% of people are confident they can outrun a crocodile. 20% believe they could outrun this animal. We've had some good guesses this morning: bear, dog, cow. None of that's right. Let's see if we can conjure up the right answer here. Morning show. Turn that radio down a little bit. Oh, sorry, I got to dump that. 728-1320. When you call in, turn the radio down. You'll be able to hear me talk to you on the phone. And then, of course, turn the radio back up after you get off the phone so you can keep listening to the morning show. But we get some mad feedback in my ears. It's rough. Morning show.
An ostrich.
An ostrich. Good try. Not it. They're fast, right? Ostriches.
I'll look that right up for you, buddy.
Morning show.
A goose.
A goose.
A
Good
goose,
guess. Not right.
it. They're mean. Morning show.
A goat.
Not
Goat.
it. What'd you say?
A goat.
A goat. Not a goat.
A bull. Your dad sent me a message and was like, a bull can run faster than 17 miles an hour. So a bull can run up to 25 miles an hour. Ostrich, 43 miles per hour. That is quick.
I thought they were like the second fastest or something. I knew they were quick. Morning show. Oh, turn that down, guys.
When that happens to me, I glitch. I just start shaking my head. No,
turn it off.
I'm going to throw my headphones.
When you call in, we love that you're calling. Call, participate, be part of it, but just turn that down. And you don't have to turn it all the way down, just to a very, very low volume, and it's probably going to be okay. Morning show.
A squirrel.
A squirrel. Good guess, but not it. It's a good guess. Can't believe I haven't got it right yet. I'll give you a hint. It's not an animal you see around here.
It's not native.
It's not native
to this
Tennessee.
area.
So you're not going to see this animal around here. So there's your hint.
It's not native to the United States.
Yeah, it's not a squirrel. It's not a
Raccoon.
or a deer or anything like that. A new poll finds that 2% of people believe they can outrun a horse in a 100-meter dash. 27% are confident they can outrun a crocodile. Look up crocodile speed. And
that was the first one I did.
oh, how fast was it? I don't remember you looking that up.
I was like 17.
Morning show. All right, just keep doing it to me. Morning show. Hello?
A kangaroo?
A kangaroo. That's a good guess because they're not from around here and they're pretty fast, but that's not it. Good try.
American croc, 20 miles an hour. Saltwater croc, 15 to 18.
They're fatter, the saltwater crocodiles. Morning show.
A hippopotamus.
Hippopotamus is a great guess, but not it.
They're fast.
Mine too's not there. Dina, call back. 728-1320. We're looking for 20% of people believe they can outrun this animal in a 100-meter dash. It's not native to here. Morning show.
A lion.
Nope, not it. It's not a cat. It's not a cat.
Okay, so hippos can run between 19 to 28 miles an hour.
Morning show.
Would it be a camel?
Not a camel. Good try. I can't believe I haven't got this yet. Morning show.
Could be a rhino.
Not a rhino. Not a rhino. Not a hippo. You would find this animal.
Rhinos.
You could find this animal in the same general area that you might find a rhino, but you've not named it yet. 728-1320. 127 or 20%. 20% of people believe they could beat this animal in a 100-meter dash. Morning show.
A giraffe.
Not a giraffe. Not a giraffe. But listening to the hints, you could find a giraffe where you might find a rhino. Morning show.
Zebra.
What?
Zebra.
Not good try.
Not good try.
I don't know what they said, but it did not sound like the answer.
I know that's what I was going with. I was like, I don't think that they said the right answer. I'm sorry if they did. Morning show.
An ostrich.
Nope, not an ostrich.
They are fast.
Morning show.
An elephant.
There it is. It's an elephant. What's your name?
Somebody that can't win.
Oh,
somebody that can't win. All right. Well, can't win. But yeah, an elephant is in fact the correct answer. So congratulations to Mr. Can't Win, elephant.
Nikki got it early on the text or on the Facebook Live. I saw she had got a couple of other folks had said elephant, but the one call we had that we couldn't understand, I think they said zebra.
Zebra. Okay, that makes sense. Zebra would be
Your
a good
dad
guess.
cleared that up. Okay, try to send me to voicemail.
Probably just a bunch of people calling at the same time. This radio station, when we bought it, came with 2 phone lines, and then the show became so popular, 2 phone lines cannot handle the volume of calls that we get. So everybody calling in at one time. Elephant. 20% of people think they can beat an elephant in a 100-meter dash. Well, how fast is Usain Bolt?
Okay. Is that how you pronounce it? Usain?
Yeah. Usain. How fast is he? Or was he? I mean, he's not the same
How
speed as he was. Amanda says London had it right. She said elephant. Good, London.
Okay.
It's funny how everybody was thinking elephant now. Everybody was thinking elephant. They didn't say it. I want to meet the 2% of people who think they can outrun a horse.
Okay, so Usain Bolt runs about 27 miles an hour.
So he could beat an elephant in a 100-meter dash. He probably could not beat a horse, but he could beat an elephant and would, because that's what he runs in the 100. So he would beat the elephant.
Have you ever ridden an elephant?
I have at the zoo.
I have ridden an elephant.
It's been a long time.
That was a neat experience.
Maybe says Clint could outrun him in his insane bolts. Yeah, no. We how fast are horses? Did we ever look that up?
Yeah.
How fast were they?
Hang on. I keep having to go back because all these numbers. How fast?
Josh Taylor says, depends on how long I've been at Common John's, and I could probably outrun a horse. Yeah, it's
40
40 miles an hour. And 2% of the population in this world thinks they can beat that.
That makes no sense.
Like, I could beat a horse in a 100-meter dash. Don't you remember when I threw that game winning Hail Mary back 86 state championship? Like, that's the same guy.
Yeah.
Golly. All right.
I love to see adults try and race now. Like men in their 30s at a cookout, and they're just all like, oh, yeah, and I was like, okay, well, let's race. And to watch two middle-aged men run across a yard, that is funny because somebody's going to fall.
And they're just
or pull something.
And you just don't look like you used to look running.
No, in your head, you don't, you're like, I still got it, but
and
you don't.
You, in fact, do not have it anymore. No, you lost it at about 25, probably. If you were
Do you want to race me?
You'll hurt yourself.
What if it's a short distance, like 50 meters?
Trey says Eli Kidder will race you.
That's the fastest guy around.
Yes, he is.
He could beat a horse.
I would like to see someone try. I wish there was a way to set that up.
What?
That could be part of Tennessee games. Race this horse. And the fact that 27% of people feel like they could be a crocodile. The thing about the elephant is it says they can only sustain that for about 50 meters. But they can still jog a little. They're still going to beat you.
They're not going from that speed, hitting 50 meters, and then coming to, 1 mile an hour. Yeah, it's still going to be quick.
Congratulations to our winner, Mr. I Can't Win. We got more games. Name that tune. Is that what's next?
Yeah, name that tune coming up.
Yes, that's coming up in just a couple minutes on the Thunder Radio Morning Show. We got a news break coming at you here in a second. We've got, what's it later on? Is it Manchester, Tennessee Forum Mondays? Or
yeah.
That's always interesting. And, your birthdays, weekend birthdays and today's birthdays. Call those in, 728-1320. You're listening to The Morning Show, brought to you by Dr. Van Winkle. Hey, let me save you 15% on your next trip to Orange Beach, Alabama. Go to thunder1320.com/beach. That's thunder1320.com/beach. It's got all the information there you need. There's no gimmicks, no games, no timeshares. You literally get to save 15%. We got the promo code right there for you and the link to that condo. That's thunder1320.com/beach.
Now, another update from the WMSR Thunder Radio News Center.
Thunder Radio's local news update is brought to you by your hometown grocery store, Spring Street Market.
We've got room out here beside the station. We could set up like foot races. I could race Eli Kidder.
Yes. Oh. Hands On Science Center has a machine where you can match up against the speed of different animals. Well, they used to anyway. That would be
I did that. That was cool.
Again, I hurt myself. Yeah, the insurance cost on that. Can you see us loading up some elephants and horses out here and having some races? They'd tear down my tower. I'm certain that's what would happen. Something would run into that tower guy wire.
I'm not trying to brag, but I worked out yesterday.
She did.
I exercised.
Yeah.
So that'll be all I do for the week.
Josh Taylor said insurance. Can you imagine us loading up some elephants and horses out here and having people run? Elephant run right through that tower. Have you seen videos of those towers falling?
No.
I've seen videos of them. And they don't fall over like a tree. They fall straight down. Like they crumble and they'll go straight down pretty much. Like they won't fall. They don't fall over.
Then why can't you have a building within the distance of the height of the tower?
I don't know. This is what they tell you. But I think it's within the distance of the wires. I think elephants are awesome. Like they're supposed to be incredibly smart.
They are. We watched that documentary on elephants and how they react when one of their
They have like funerals.
little elephant like they feel.
Yeah, they'll gather around and have little wakes. Be like Jumanji. Be like Jumanji. Animals running wild through town. Thunder had some animal races over here. There's some monkeys driving a cop car down the street.
I've never seen Jumanji.
Yes, you have. We watched it.
I didn't watch it.
You watched it with me.
Not the start to finish. I sure didn't.
That's a good movie. With Robin Williams.
I know what it is.
Well, we need.
I just never liked it. I started.
You've not seen it.
I would start it and I would lose interest. I don't know what it. I don't know.
I love Jumanji.
I know the concept. They're stuck in a game.
No.
But the game gets out into like real life. I don't know.
Kinda. It's really good.
Yeah.
Y'all, Holly doesn't like Jumanji, and she doesn't like Dolly, and y'all should definitely be Team Josh.
Emma,
I never.
Are you a sad person to have to lie to get people to not like me so they like you?
I've not seen the remake.
They have a remake?
There's a remake. I didn't. Isn't that the one that what's his name? The Rock is in? Is he in them? Who's in it? Who is in remake of Jumanji?
You know what I'm going to go do today? I'm going to go buy you a wedding band.
The Rock. Jack Black. I'll get a wedding band. The Owens has got them rubber ones, don't they? They still got those?
Yeah, but I don't know what size you are.
You don't like that I don't have one on?
If I have to wear one, you should have to wear one.
The girls at the gym don't like it when I wear it. Pretty sure it was my girlfriend who threw it away.
Jealous.
She was like, don't wear this. This is dumb. Yeah, The Rock.
Will you tell her when I see her? Friday.
Friday.
I was going to quote the movie Friday,
Oh.
but I won't. Yeah, that's me too. I'll be working for Manchester today.
Are you working for Manchester today? I was thinking about working for Manchester today. On my back porch. It's going to be 80 degrees. It's a good day to work from home. I got a lot to do, though.
I have a lot to do.
But it's like, can I be productive?
I told Josh today that I felt a little overwhelmed because of because I was busy this weekend doing family things. I didn't work as much as I normally do, so I didn't get a lot of my work stuff done this weekend. And he was like, the thing that I don't want to do, he was like, just pick a day. Don't do that on a Monday. Pick a day that you don't have nothing to do and do it that day. So he encourages me to not work.
No, listen, I just think that for me, I'm not encouraging procrastination. I just think for me, it's like, all right, I'm going to schedule. I've got Wednesdays pretty open. I can block off 3 hours, block it off. I'm doing that during that window. And then I feel a little better about it. Like, I've got time blocked off, and then I'm going to do it during that time. And, I block off plenty of extra time to make sure it gets done. And then if I get done early, then go home early. Y'all don't do that? Shout out to Dirtworks being able to put the dirt around the College Street basketball courts. Nice. After the first guy cashed his check and ran. Are you kidding me? Tell me who that was. We'll talk about him.
Thunder Radio Morning Show. We got about an hour left or a little less, getting you to work, getting you to school, getting you home from work. For you night shift warriors out there, hey, let's take a look at the weather, Holly, shall we?
I'm paying very close attention.
Pay attention, because we do the weather, and she's like, I didn't know.
I just zone out, but I'm not. You have my full attention.
We are right now outside the Unity Medical Center studios, 61 degrees. Nice. And we're headed for a high of 81 degrees today. Sunny skies out there. Just going to be a nice, beautiful day. I would say Chamber of Commerce weather, but it's going to be windy. I mean, we will have 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts today at times, 15 to 20 out of the southwest. Most of the day, overnight tonight, 51. We do have a pretty good shower chance overnight tonight. Nothing just crazy, but you could hear some thunder here or there, but no major storms expected. And then that's got a cold front that's pushing through, and it's going to be much chillier on Tuesday. Tuesday, 64 for your high, with north winds gusting to 25. So it's not going to feel nice on Tuesday. Overnight Tuesday night down around 38, 39. I should stay warm enough to avoid any frost. I think we got our final frost of the year Saturday night. 65 on Wednesday, and then back up to 73 on Thursday. Easter weekend, check this out. 80 on Friday, mostly sunny. And then Saturday, 80. And then Sunday, 82. And really, the only rain chance we got is about a 20% chance on Saturday. Weather forecast brought to you by the Hillsboro Food Company. That weather sounds like grilling weather for the Easter weekend, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you got fresh cut meat from the Hillsboro Food Company. They're open Monday through Saturday, 6 to 6. Monday through Friday, and 8 to 4 on Saturday. Get on by and check them out. They got your produce and your other assorted groceries as well. Everything you need for that Easter cookout. You can do traditional stuff, or you can do, let's just throw some burgers and some steaks on the grill. They got you at 7403 Hillsboro Highway. All right, Holly, what are we doing?
Name that tune today, Josh. So you have 3 little snippets of a song. You got a 1, 2, and 3 second clip. He's going to play those. And when you have figured out what the exact right name of this song is, give us a call, 728-1320, for a chance to win a t-shirt.
Thunder Radio swag up for grabs today. Whoopsie. I had the volume turned down real low. Let's try it again. It's not a lot there to work with. Ew. What is that?
Name that tune. I'll switch it up. I'll do something different tomorrow. Some people like the movie. Some people like TV show theme songs.
No, let's name that tune today. 2 second clip. Let's get you a little more here. And they get you a little bit more. What is that? What? All right. Still no winner. No phone calls even.
What you make a little mark there for?
That I had done something on my sheets. Morning show.
Is it 18 and alive?
You know the artist?
Skid Row.
Boom. There it is. It's 18 to life. Skid Row. What's your name?
John.
I thought it sounded like John. Appreciate you, John. Well done.
All right. Thanks.
How come the song answer you sent me is 55 seconds long?
Oh, I don't know what that is. You best not play it.
I'm not going to play that.
Play a little. Let's see what it is.
No, I'm a little scared.
I'm just curious of what I did.
What did you do? I'm a little, we shouldn't do that.
We ought not do it.
I never push play on a file that you don't know what's on the other side of it.
That's a good call.
As an attorney, you don't ask a question you don't already know the answer to. Right?
Do we have the song in our library?
I don't think we got a lot of Skid Row in the Thunder Radio library, unfortunately. I'll check, though.
I can remember being, I would say...
We do have it.
Play a little bit of it.
We do have a little bit of Skid Row in here.
I can remember when the big my dad had one of the big put on your shoulder camcorders, and my uncle would take me and my cousins and my brother, and we would make music videos to Skid Row and Gangster's Paradise.
Nice.
Takes me back to my childhood, really.
Would you play this on the guitar or something? Or no?
No, not this.
Okay.
But I am taking the rest of my drum set home today, and I'm setting them up.
I thought you already done that.
I got the new heads put on the drums, and I took those home. But all of my like cymbal stands and all that, it's here.
Holly, I got to work extra hard today. I didn't do any work this weekend. Also, Holly, I'm taking my drum set home and going to set it up and play.
Yeah, I think you have to have time for yourself, right?
No, not once you own a business. You have no time for yourself. There's no time for yourself. You can give that up. That doesn't exist even. Time for yourself.
Well, I hear our neighbor playing over there, and I get so jealous. There's a urge inside me to go over there. I mean, how
play his drums?
How old is he?
Third grade-ish. So what is that? 9?
We'll go with 9-ish.
Yeah.
And I can hear him over there playing, and I have the urge to go over there and be like, "Can I play for a little while?"
Let Holly show you some tricks.
No, he's better than I am, but I really need to set mine up.
Speaking of the neighbors, so our neighbor friend went to Augusta for round 4 of the Masters yesterday, and
That's really cool.
I know. And I was out back working in my yard, and he's a yard guy. Like he's a yard guy.
They're
and,
always picking up sticks.
Yeah, it's him and his wife and the kids. They're always got sticks picked up, and they're pruning their things, and it's all nice, and,
landscaped nicely.
yeah. And I'm over here with a torch burning onions. I had that torch out yesterday trying to burn them onions. You talk about a smell. They ordered one of those torches, you can burn the weeds with or whatever to try to.
It's like a propane torch.
And so I was like, I want to burn these onions. And I nearly killed myself trying to do that. The fumes from the onions.
Where area of the yard were you doing that?
I was in some landscaping somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so they're already got a really nice yard, and I'm like, I got to step up my game. And then he went down to Augusta, and I'm like, he's going to come back in some kind of way, some kind of motivated way, and I'm going to see him out there with scissors going around cutting things, like little handheld scissors, just trimming the grass just perfectly neatly around the sidewalk, or something. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep up now.
The hedges are going to be perfectly level,
right?
No brown leaves in any of the hostas.
We'll just cut it right out. Our hostas look real good till about late June, and then they get a lot of sun right there.
Crispy leaves.
Yeah, they get a lot of sun. And I think they're planted in rocks right there. I think they just pulls the heat in. And they get cooked.
I wanted to put mulch right there, but Josh said no.
I should have put mulch right there.
That's fine.
You live and you learn. The problem is with those rocks, I ain't moving them. They are hard to deal with. They're there forever until we sell the house. All right, we got more things to do this morning. Birthdays in a little bit. Manchester TN Forum Monday coming up here in just a second. You're listening to the Thunder Radio Morning Show, brought to you by Dr. Van Winkle.
Listen up, ladies. Most of us suffer from urinary incontinence. All right.
Did I what?
Did you burn those ant hills?
I did.
Did
that
you get them?
was fun.
You got them all?
Well, I didn't know where there were more. I got one by the front porch there, caught that bush on fire. And then
the dead
one, boy, it lit right up. And then there was one out there by that light pole or by the electric pole. I got it. Instant. Just they all were dead. Like all of them in 1 second. Like that's got to be quite the apocalyptic moment as an ant.
That's sad.
But there's no suffering. Like I lit up the one side, this anthill you could pitch off of, like a major league pitcher could throw off this anthill. It's huge. And I hit one side of it, and all the ants on the other side were dead too, because I'm kicking the dirt trying to get them to come out. They were all dead. I kind of ruined the fun. I was hoping to get some more of them like a dragon.
Well, there's another big anthill in that landscaping beside the sidewalk. I'll show you where it is. But there was a weed growing out of it, and I pulled the weed.
And here they came. I'll get them.
Have you ever stood in an ant bed and not knew you were in it, and then you were covered?
You know quickly.
I can remember being at my Meemaw's house in the backyard, and I was standing in an anthill, and I didn't know it. And I looked down, and my legs was crawling black. You can't get them all fast enough. They're biting the tar out of you, and you're just slapping, trying to get them all off and hollering.
You know, are you working from home today?
Wow, what's wrong?
Nothing.
What do you want to do?
Well, I was thinking maybe you could drive.
We'll go get that van?
Let's get that
Yeah.
truck. You got that steering fluid?
Yeah.
Let's go get that. Get that done today, and then we'll just bring it back.
Okay.
Get that done. All right, here. The Royal Furniture ads playing. I got to go into Royal Furniture and see some of the stuff that they got over there. I did not realize how big that place is. And they got some real nice stuff. It's where Badcock Home Furniture used to be, by Food Line over there in Tullahoma.
Yeah, over there by like Fred's.
Yeah, that general area. You go down kind of off the main drag back there left. It's real nice. They got real nice furniture in there.
Might find myself in there.
Oh yeah. They got some nice stuff, good deals. So if y'all looking for some furniture, they got outdoor furniture too. So if y'all looking for some furniture, I highly recommend Royal Furniture in Tullahoma. Y'all go give it a try. They're online too, royalfurniture.com. They got some deals going on. Like those tax refund checks over there, get you some furniture.
What's a tax refund check?
I don't even know.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I got to look some of that stuff up there. Rosalind texted me or messaged me last night and said she didn't have our W-2s and stuff, and I dropped that off. I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to go digging around trying to find that today. She's like, I also need your interest income. I was like, what, $1.16 or whatever that was. I'll go find it. Yeah, let's go get that and get that over and get that done. And then I may go work from home too today.
All right. Productive. That's productive. One thing off our list.
Well, I got a lot I can do from there. I'll just dig in. I might be more productive, not be just no distractions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also may end up in the pool. Yeah, you too. Thankfully, it's not heated.
Nikki, y'all come down. Y'all come down here.
It's a Manchester Forum Mondays. We're going to do that in a minute. First, I want to tell you about Common John Brewing Company. I spent some time up there yesterday. Got me some really good breakfast. Scrambled egg bowl. Hit the spot every time up there. Y'all try it out at 210 Woodbury Highway. Common John Brewing Company. Locally owned and operated. And it's not, people hear that and they think it's a bar or they just have beer there. That's not the case. They got a restaurant there. They got some really good flatbread pizza, regular drinks. It's a great place to go hang out as well. Common John Brewing Company, that outdoor area is a good place to chill. And they're online at commonjohnbc.com. All right, Holly.
All right, Manchester, Tennessee Forum Monday. If you missed it over the weekend, I saw this posted either yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. It's posted by Janice. She says, I don't understand why we have so many.
I saw this.
Why we have so many Mexican pizza and chicken restaurants. Why can't the city talk to Olive Garden or operator? Give me Olive Garden.
I don't even talk to Olive Garden, please, Mr. Olive.
Get IHOP on the line.
Something
Anyway,
real nice.
Why can't the city talk to Olive Garden or IHOP about opening here near an interstate exit so they get more business? Who's with me? That's what I liked at the end with
Who's with me?
2 question marks.
Like they're leaving.
Who's with me, folks?
Yeah.
They're like, really rallying for Olive Garden.
I don't know, but I got 50. What's the name of the person here? Susan or Sarah? Or
It was Janice.
Janice. $50 says Janice has never been to a city board meeting. I mean, I feel good about it. I don't I'm not a betting man often, but I feel like I will win my money there. Here's the deal. If Olive Garden
was here, I'd eat there. I'm not
Sure.
going to complain if Olive Garden comes here, but let's back it up a little bit, Terry. Back it up to, let's break this down.
Here comes the chamber president. Hey, who they really need to be talking to is you, I reckon.
Why can't the city talk to Olive Garden?
Morning show.
Who was the birthday cake last Friday?
Birthday cake last Friday. Last week. Well, hang on. Holly's going to go get the list. Who'd you want to win?
I wanted my cousin to win, but I don't know who she was.
Well, what's the name?
Her name was Bobby.
Bobby. Oh, well, let me find out. Hang on. Holly went in there to get the list here. We're going to do a big reveal. Last week's birthday cake winner. Oh, it was not Bobby. It was Mickey Anderson.
That's who?
Mickey Anderson won.
Okay, well, that wasn't her. Thank you, hon.
Have a good one. All right.
I'm trying to find Renee Holtz.
Oh, yeah.
Why is my mom calling me?
I don't know.
Okay. That was probably an accident. Let me scroll down here to, I really wish I could find Renee's comment.
Way to show up prepared for the show.
She basically simply said that the city
city doesn't do that. That's not how it works. Oh, and again, if IHOP or Olive Garden thought they could make good money by placing a restaurant here, they do it.
Renee Holt, here it is. The city doesn't request who open businesses here. It's shocking to me that
So many people think that way.
that the city is like, okay, you know what we need?
Yeah.
Call up IHOP.
You just call 1-800-IHOP near you, and they bring a location. You just got to call them up.
Becky goes on to say most people don't understand how business works when it comes to a large corporation or franchise.
It is shocking to me that people who don't understand how business works, or just basic, like, I mean, I don't mean like in-depth understanding. I mean basic comprehension of how it works. That they don't have city board meetings and then decide we're going to open up 6 gas stations next week. They don't do that.
So some of the comments are what's funny. Charlie would also like a Golden Corral if y'all are taking requests.
No, I want something real nice, like a Golden Corral.
Chris says the city has no say in who comes here. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
That Eric had a good comment. He says the amount of people who complain about things and want the government to solve their wants and desires is appalling.
I know. It's scary, really.
I don't want the government doing anything
Ever,
for me.
Ever. I don't want them involved in anything. They can't do anything efficiently. I don't want the government involved in my life in the slightest. Did you see, by the way, where that guy paid his, I think it was a tax bill with pennies?
Pennies, I did see that.
And I was like, I'm going to do that.
Take a wheelbarrow full of pennies.
This dude paid all kind of money for extra wheelbarrows to wheel his pennies in to pay his taxes. And I was like, I don't know if I have a reason to do that, but maybe that's how I pay my city taxes next time. Maybe I just roll up there with a wheelbarrow full of pennies. Because I pay enough of them.
We also saw a guy paid his child support by having a truck come by and dump a bunch of coins in front of his ex-wife's house.
Well, that's kind of a jerk thing.
It is a jerk thing.
Yeah. Now, the pennies to the government, that's funny. But that's not funny. The child support thing, that's not funny. It's not the kid's fault.
Right? Like,
So-
why do that in front of your kid
Yeah,
and
that's
show him
not-
you're
that's
being
not-
a turd head?
That's poor behavior. Any more comments on the Golden Corral?
Jennifer says the reason that the city's not doing this for us is because they'd rather drive the citizens to spend their money in other towns to keep their precious town in the dark ages.
That sounds accurate.
Sounds like they have a lair where they're just plotting.
Right.
Anyway, I felt like I needed to use that time just to explain to folks that the city doesn't pick what restaurants come here.
No, it's not how it works. But you're welcome to open one.
Yeah,
A lot of these places have franchise fees.
You can franchise
Franchise you one up.
an Olive Garden or an IHOP, maybe.
You probably get it on Hooters real cheap right now.
You remember what was it besides? It wasn't IHOP. It was something else that we had over.
We had a Huddle House.
Huddle House.
Yeah. We've had some of these things that people. That's another thing. We've had a few of these things.
Skating ring
We've
had
a
it.
skating ring. We've had a few of the things that people mention. Somebody said, "I'd like to have a nice German restaurant." We had one.
Had one.
Yeah. So we've had some of these things that just you have to, you understand, make money.
You got it.
Not all businesses get subsidized by the government. Now there's some that maybe that do, but not all of them do, and you have to turn a profit. Fancy word for money. You have to make it. We don't.
Oh man.
I've yet to have the government come and give me money when I had a down month. Like, hey, government, I lost $5,000 last month. Can you send me a check?
Right.
They don't do it.
Right.
No, I feel like maybe they should because I give them enough of my money. Tomorrow's tax day, so I'm a little cranky.
Buddy's a little bitter.
I'm a little bitter about it. Well, because I know how they're going to spend it for the most part. All right, we got other things to do. Manchester TN Forum, buddy. It just never disappoints. Birthdays coming up next. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday birthdays. It's not a long break here. I'm a little behind, so we'll get caught up Also, we got a full another 30 minutes because we're at the top of the hour. Morning Show Overdrive is here, financed by our friends at New Haven Mortgage. Speaking of New Haven Mortgage, talk to them about maybe getting into the home of your dreams. They can hook you up with cash out refinance as well if you're in your home of your dreams, but you just want to do a little work to it and make it more dreamy. Go by and see them. 1300 MacArthur Street, online at newhavenmtg.com.
At Coffee County Bank, we believe in better. For nearly 50 years, we've bet it all on better.
Profit. Fancy word for money.
Ready to upgrade your space without breaking the bank? Royal Furniture.
All right, what have I got going on?
And trust the brand you love. From stylish living rooms and cozy bedrooms to outdoors that's perfect for summer nights. It's all
We have middle school baseball and softball tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right.
Tomorrow is senior night for high school baseball.
All right. Well, I plan to be there for that, I believe. Let's see. Birthdays. I know I saw you posted some birthdays this morning on the Thunder. I know I saw it.
Lane, I'll tell you who is. Lane Shepherd.
Today?
Today.
Monday. Lane Shepherd.
Boone Floyd.
All right.
It's also Madison Pruitt's birthday.
That's right.
Did you get Aiden Van Winkle yesterday?
Nope.
Don't wait. Call Hermine Family Dental today at 931
All right.
6861.
You got that down?
967-6861.
There's a lot to be excited about in 2025.
Is there? The Braves can't hit. Jack Stowe had a birthday yesterday or Saturday?
Jack Stowe had a birthday
Yesterday.
yesterday.
Chloe Bellamy yesterday.
Yesterday.
Thunder Radio.
Got a birthday?
Yeah, for today?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It is Hunter Fortes.
Spell the last name.
Horton.
Horton.
All right, gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. She said Horton. I thought she said Cortez.
I thought she said Cortez.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
Because when she spelled it, I was like, Horton.
Elijah birthday. Slade. Was that
McIntyre.
Saturday?
Yeah.
All right. Birthday time. Beckham Whitefield. All right, Beckham. We'll get him in there. Don't let me forget Beckham.
All right, birthday time on the Thunder Radio Morning Show. Today is a Monday. That means we're celebrating Saturday, Sunday, and Monday birthdays. And that means at the end of the day, we're drawing for 3 winners. We'll get 3 people are going to win a slice of birthday pie from the Mercantile Cafe, Bakery, and Gift Shop. And all you got to do to be entered is call in your birthday, 728-1320. And at the end of the week, we draw for a grand prize, a birthday cake from the Food Lion. All you got to do is get us your birthday, 728-1320. Last week's winner was Mickey Anderson. He won that cake on Friday. All right, Saturday birthdays. Slade McInturf and I guess was it Rama? R-A-M-A? Rama? Is that I don't know.
Me.
Rama Reniger is the name that I've got down here. So happy birthday. And sorry if I completely botched that. Sunday, Jack Stowe, Aiden Van Winkle, Chloe Bellamy, all with birthdays on Sunday. And this Monday, Gary Robertson, Lane Shepherd, Boone Floyd, Madison Pruitt, Hunter Horton, and Beckham Whitefield. Happy birthday. All right.
I've got another birthday for you to add.
Hang
to
on.
the
I got to write down Beckham so he can be entered to win that pie. Go ahead.
Beth Curry has a birthday today. That's spelled B-E-F.
Yes.
So happy birthday to her. Celebrity birthdays.
Go.
Let's see. She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, wrong one.
Oh.
She was in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series.
Oh, I don't know her name.
Oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Okay, gotcha.
She turns 48.
Okay.
Wow. And let's see here. She sings The Coal Miner's Daughter.
Don't know.
Okay. Loretta Lynn.
All right.
The late Loretta Lynn has a birthday today. And also, this baseball player passed away last year. We met him. He's been up to Al White several times.
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. Yeah. The late Pete Rose has a birthday today.
All right. Well, celebrate those local birthdays by calling them in at 728-1320. You got all day to get that in. We do the drawing this afternoon at 4:30, and today will be 3 drawings: Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday. No, what am I doing? Saturday, Sunday, and Monday birthdays.
That don't make no sense.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You think I got Alzheimer's?
No.
Or something? Like a little dementia?
No, I don't think so. Just a full plate.
There's too much on my plate.
We saw a meme that said, don't complain about your plate being full if the goal is to eat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think about that daily now. I'm like,
don't complain when your plate is full when your goal was to eat.
I got to put my head down and grind, right?
ATE. I Glorilla.
Yeah.
Look at me knowing stuff, huh?
Ooh.
Well done. All right. We got more morning show. Overdrive financed by New Haven Mortgage. Heather Phillips and her team, they're ready to help. There's first-time home buyer credits. There's all these things. They can get you pre-qualified so you know exactly how much buying power you have. That is a big tool to have in your toolbox to know exactly what your buying power is. Let them help. They can give you tips and help on building your credit if you're just not quite ready to buy a home. They're at 1300 MacArthur Street, online, newhavenmtg.com, NMLS 1477317, New Haven Mortgage in Manchester.
Broadcasting from the Unity Medical Center studios, this is Thunder Radio, WMSR.
All right. We're a little behind or ahead. I don't know which one you want to say here. I need some good bump music.
This is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Could you make this slideshow a little faster, this prom pictures? Golly.
Look, the deal with
It's too fast to enjoy this.
It's just a little, it's just kind of a little teaser.
It's garbage.
I didn't post every picture so that everybody got, it was just the photos that were sent in. I took them and I made a real quick little, it's what it's supposed to be.
It's exactly what it's supposed to be. Also, the more you watch it, the more money we make. A little tipsy.
So the boy one, why? What did I say that Justin thinks that I'm not cool anymore?
You've not invited him over in a long time.
He can come over today and help me set my drums up.
He's just feeling some kind of way.
I'm not good.
I'm not good.
He's just a trash talker. What are you doing over there? You're working.
Well, I had a couple text messages, and then I just got another one. It's funny, and I'm just now reading this other one that the neighbor sent. torch thing is cool.
I'm scared to use it. To me, I'm scared of everything. But to me, I'll go to turn it on and do
It's
it
gonna blow
wrong,
up.
and it's going to blow my hands off.
It could. You know, I don't know. But it's pretty cool. I think it goes through propane pretty fast. I think you can get those little propane tanks. Those are like those little camping propane tanks you probably get in Walmart.
I have another one.
Yeah, I know. I
They
saw
come
it.
with two.
I'm just saying I bet we can go get those pretty cheap. Or, I mean, available at the Walmart. No, I was looking for a bump music and then I got distracted. Let's see. What song you want to hear when we come back? Nothing matters. I'm going to pick what I want, but I'm just curious what you wanted to hear. I got Holly listening to Little Zach Top last night. She liked it. Didn't you?
I did like it. I've heard him before. I like him.
He's got that older sound. Sounds like the radio back in '94, you know. No. Y'all see me driving through town today in that rooster wagon. I just run into something, mind your business, because the power steering fluids are out of it. I'm supposed to go try to drive it somewhere. It needs a new wrap on it. I think they got on Walmart's got them in a 4-pack. Maybe your Walmart. Our Walmart don't have nothing.
Oh my gosh.
When's the city gonna tell Walmart to put some more stuff in it? We're doing this last segment here.
We're going to talk about Rory McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy.
That is one of the harder words for me to say.
Rory?
Yep. And then he's got the Roy at the end of his name.
McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy.
Easier to say than rural.
Rural.
We live in a rural area. Yeah, it's difficult. Don't you think it's difficult?
Nikki, y'all come here. Get the pool. We'll go to Nashville. We'll go to Jack Daniels, do a tour.
Holly signs up for all this. Later she'll go back, why did I say I would do all that?
We'll just do all the...
What were you doing besides Jack Daniels? What were you saying besides Jack Daniels? What was the other stuff you were going to do there?
Nashville.
Gotcha.
I like that one.
This program does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Thunder Radio Management. Well, yes, it actually is. Here's the morning show with Jonathan Hoffman.
Half your life you struggle. Half your life you fly. Half your life.
Thunder Radio Morning Show, Overdrive, financed by New Haven Mortgage. We still got a little time left with you this morning. 6:30 till 8:30 every Monday through Friday, right here on your hometown station, Thunder Radio, WMSR, 107.9 FM, 1320 AM, Manchester Go app, and thunder1320.com. We got a birthday just added to the list. Jackson Vernon. Happy birthday. Today's birthdays are packed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 9 birthdays today. So how about that? Welcome back, Holly.
Dana, where would I have taken a picture of him at? Does he wrestle?
No boy.
I can't remember. We're talking golf here. The Masters wrapped up yesterday. Rory
McIlroy.
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 Jane, his wife. Daughter Judy.
Yeah. So that happened. Dana said Jackson plays basketball at the Westwood.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
Yesterday,
Of course.
I stopped in Jonathan's in Murfreesboro, and golf was on while we were in there. It was the final.
It was the last round towards
Last-
the end.
yeah,
Yeah. I was at home watching some of it on the back porch and also picking up rocks.
And, I'm looking at the menu trying to decide what I want. All of a sudden, the whole place just erupts when Rory's putt goes and just like teeters on going in. It's just right there. And so that caught my attention, and I realized, oh, this is close here at the end. It's a nail biter. So I was happy for him.
It was a really good finish. I thought on Saturday, I was like, well, he had the lead, and I was like, well, he's going to blow it.
That's what Josh said Saturday.
And then he was up at like 5 strokes when he was on like the 11th or the 12th. And I was like, he's still going to blow it. And he blew it. Like he double bogeyed whatever number that was, 13 or 14. And then I walked off and was out doing yard work and came back and they were in a playoff. I was like, he blew it, but he still ended up winning it there at the end.
I was happy for him. What a grand slam.
Career grand slam.
Career grand slam. I've learned that. That's not just a baseball term.
It's also a
tennis.
Huh?
Is it tennis? Also a grand slam in tennis?
I think so. Yeah, they got the 4 majors. They may call it that. So I think the series on Netflix, The Full Swing, has made golf a little bit more prominent. Like I think people are more engaged
interested
in it. Yeah.
When you get to see who the players are and their personality and
How
kind
bougie and rich they all are. My golly, they all got their own private jets, just flying around.
I think it draws you in. For me anyway.
Yeah, well, it helps create more casual fans. I think it's probably good for the sport. I like watching it. I like seeing some of the things that they're up to. But
on Full Swing.
Full Swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever finished the whole second season, but then I've started watching the third.
Do you know when the new Happy Gilmore movie comes out?
I don't.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were showing some of the filming of that on Full Swing. They were showing them being there doing some of that.
Let's see. Happy Gilmore 2 release. I should have this information ready. I didn't know we were going to go there.
The winner at the Masters got 4.2 million. So that's why he was so happy.
That's what
why he was
Iamaliava wanted, isn't it?
Right. And he can't even play golf. And you want $4 million. So yeah, Roy McIlroy picked up $4.2 million. Of course, by the time he pays his caddy and taxes and his staff, he probably only gets like 2.5 of that or something.
I honestly thought it would be more.
But it's just one tournament. It's 4 days.
Yeah, but it's a big one.
Here's the difference in him winning that playoff and Justin Rose finishing second. Justin Rose made 2.2 million.
Half.
Yeah. So can that's a big
difference there.
Big difference there. Now for guys who've already made the money, I mean, like you wanted, but if you're a first time person who's not made that money yet,
yeah,
that's a heart wrencher.
Yeah.
Third place is 1.4 million.
Who do you know who was third? Justin Rose got second, right?
Justin Rose was second. I don't remember who was third.
Okay.
Fourth place, 1 million. And then all the way down to the very last, you could finish 50th and you made 53 grand. Now,
I would feel like Happy Gilmore. If I won 52.
Yeah, that's not bad for 4 days of playing golf.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I'd head to my junky old car with that big check.
Right.
Oh yeah, I need to put mine on my to list. Big check.
All right, but anyway, a 4.2 million for Rory. So not bad.
I liked seeing folks who didn't go to the Masters but still dressed for the Masters.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of that.
It seems like it's growing every year. Like I know Owens and High Cotton, they had like golf. Well, Owens usually always has nice golf shirts.
Yeah.
But I noticed High Cotton had some golf like master style.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not my style of dress generally.
I like it.
I'm just I've turned into more of a casual sweatpants and shorts person these days.
You and I should play more golf.
When are we going to do that?
I don't know, buddy, but I think we need to carve out some time. Maybe that could be our quality time.
That's the issue with golf is you can't just go play real quick and come home. I mean, you play 9 holes and I mean, it's going to take the normal person 2 hours. It's going to take us 2.5.
To play how much?
9. It's not even 18. You can play 9 holes. It's going to cost us 2.5 hours. And no telling how many golf balls we're going to lose. And I mean, that's not the drive time there, the drive time home. It's a 3.5 hour commitment. And I can do a lot of other things in 3.5 hours.
What? Scroll your Facebook reels?
A lot of reels.
That's
in
what
3
you're
hours.
going to look at.
A lot of reels in 3 hours.
How is it that me and Josh can be in the same room, sitting on the same couch? And our form of communication is he's sending me Facebook reels that he's watching at that time. Like I'm getting texts from Josh and he's 2 feet away.
They're funny. I've sent you some funny ones now.
Chances are I've seen them if you send them to me.
I get upset when she doesn't even respond. I'm like,
I don't watch them.
She don't even watch them.
A lot of the time. I
thought enough of you to send you this video and you don't even watch it.
Okay, so I used to watch them, but you lost your privilege when you just started, like, every video he saw that he found mildly funny, he sent it to me. And I'm like, I've got my own videos to watch. This phone knows my algorithm, what I like to see. I don't need you jumbling that up with your cat and otter videos.
All she's watching is videos of that Steve Irwin's son.
No,
that's what her algorithm's showing her is the underwear models.
Now that I have your attention, America.
Yeah.
Give me all your money.
That's what she's over there watching on her phone.
It's for charity. Robert Irwin.
Robert, I didn't know his name. Well, on my phone shows me your Livy Dunn video, so. Huh.
Now you're just being mean.
No, that's even. It's funny how guys can't get even. They're being mean.
Happy Gilmore 2 comes out July 25th. Let's all make plans to go and watch it.
Thunder Radio Morning Show Watch Party.
Yeah.
We have good ideas like that, but then we never really follow through. We could probably do things like that. I think our listeners they're rabid bunch of people. Like
they would go to
they would want to hang out with us if we gave them a free movie. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Now we got to find a way to get somebody else to pay for it.
Who wants to sponsor
that?
Happy Gilmore 2? Yeah.
Willowbrook. Done.
All
right. Business plan executed. We'll work on that before July 25th. We probably should be doing more things like that. More engaging things like that.
Yeah, I agree.
That's your job. You're promotions director. And you just not come up with it yet. And you're supposed to be running these things.
I just come up with it. That was my
idea. Now you got to
idea.
execute it.
No, I just bring them to you.
Then I'm gonna take that job away from you because you're just bringing me more work.
Oh no!
I gave it to you.
Oh no! What am I gonna do? Weather
update for everybody. Outside the Unity Medical Center studios right now, we're sitting at 64 degrees, 81 for your high. A little breezy today, but I'll take it for 81 degrees. Wind 15 to 20 mile an hour, gusting to 30. Some rain showers tonight. Low of 51, and tomorrow much cooler, 64 with a north breeze at 20 mile an hour, and then down around 39 tomorrow night. Wednesday, we warm up a little bit, 65, and then Thursday, real nice, 73, and the Easter weekend is going to be just Chamber of Commerce weather. Friday, 80 degrees on Friday, maybe a little breezy. That's what you get this time of year. Saturday, 80, mostly cloudy, though. Sunday, partly sunny with a high of 82. Doesn't look like any wind problems. Weather forecast brought to you by our friends at Hillsboro Food Company. Those warm days are grilling days. So make sure you got fresh cut meats, all the produce, and all the assorted groceries you need for a good cookout at Hillsboro Food Company, 7403 Hillsboro Highway in Hillsboro. It's on the left, just as you're going into town. And they're on Facebook. Give them a follow. They post their specials. Hillsboro Food Company. Give them a follow on Facebook. Locally owned and operated.
New Haven Mortgage features experienced lenders with over 60 years in the business, making New Haven Mortgage your local partner.
Yeah. Caddies make 10% of the prize unless the player wants to get more. So caddies get 10%. So what's 10% of that? 42000. So 420,000 for the caddy. I'll be a caddy.
$420,000 to carry that bag.
Well, he does some other things too.
When choosing where your car goes
Let's
for
see
repair,
here.
choose Manchester
Don't forget Swap and Shop coming up in a little bit.
Boulevard just across from the post office and their newly
10%, $420,000. No wonder that caddy was so pumped after that thing, trying to pull him up off the ground and give him a hug. Pretty good little direct deposit right there, isn't it? If I ever see a direct deposit like that go in my bank, I know something's wrong, and I better withdraw it before they take it back. We already.
He definitely made it a lot harder than it had to be. That's what she said. Where'd you go?
Move over, show. It's trying to be productive. %. 10%. It's pretty good. Let's see here. Oh,
The boy one goes to Chattanooga today for they have a skills competition, and so he's in the electrician program at TCAT, so he gets to go to Chattanooga and compete for that. So he was
Well, they only picked up a couple people to do that, or like in each department, I think.
One.
So he's the one going for electrician.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes down there and he'll do that, and there are people from other things that go down there and TCAT or whatever, but other areas of
I
expertise.
asked him what kind of things would he be doing. So he's like, you got 3 walls, and basically you go in, you wire the walls, and I said, well, are they judging it on quickness? And he was like, well, yeah, but you can't have a mess. It can't be messy. Like it's
gonna be neat.
Yeah.
Well, this kind of goes back to his robotics days. Remember, like
That's what I
elementary
thought.
school, he was
Yeah.
he's into the robotics and things like that.
What do they call that?
Robotics and STEM
STEM.
stuff. But I remember sitting at that robotics competition at one time. It was the longest day of my life. I can't tell if that was the longest day of my life or sitting in traffic at Opry Mills trying to leave after going to Wood for whatever reason up there in the middle of Christmas to look at lights. That was the most painful thing. Well, all right. Swap Shop's next. You doing it? No?
You know the thing that you love? Every day you ask me that, you had 0 chances of that happening on that day.
I got Swap Shop. Forever. We're working from home today. Just saying. Home office. By the time I get over there and get that car over there and what the hell, it'd be time to go to ball game night. Kevin said caddies work real hard. They know every square inch of the course.
Okay.
Look at those books. They know how far they are away. They keep up with all that stuff.
It's going to wrap it up for us today. Mercantile Cafe, Bakery, and Gift Shop. We're down home cooking meats at Southern Hospitality. I didn't interrupt you on purpose. It was just time to move on. I'd already switched it over. People want to know what's happening at the Mercantile, which is nothing today. They're closed. But go ahead and put them on your speed dial. Talk to them about catering. You got graduation parties, summer parties, things like that. Big events coming up, weddings in the spring, summer, and fall. It's wedding season. And that means you're going to need a good caterer. Mercantile can do it. 723-2491. They can handle big crowds. We used them last year for the Thundies, 320 people, and it was flawless. 723-2491. Mercantile Cafe, Bakery, and Gift Shop in downtown Manchester, 210 North Irwin Street. That wraps it up for us today. Swap a Chop coming up next. After that, it's Farm News, Braves Report. They lost again. Shocker. Community Calendar, Tennessee Wildlife Extra. Top of the hour, it's Behind the Wheel with Wyatt. Rick Burgess Show at 10. Nope, not Dan Bongino. I'm still having a hard time with that. Vince Colonese at noon. Tiffany is on with Connecting Coffee County at 3. And then middle school softball tonight at 5 o'clock. They host Franklin County. We'll have it for you. Part of the People's Bank and Trust Hometown Sports Series. Catch replays of the morning show on Apple or Spotify. Search for the morning show with Josh and Holly. Join our tens of subscribers there. You can also watch us on Facebook anytime or YouTube. Search for Thunder Radio and give us a subscribe. Have a good day.
It's another day.